The graveyard was shrouded in a thick, oppressive silence as Mikolaj made his way through the rows of weathered headstones. The moon, hidden behind a veil of clouds, cast an eerie glow upon the scene, casting long shadows that seemed to reach out and grasp at him. Mikolaj's heart pounded in his chest as he gripped the stake and silver-tipped dagger concealed within his cloak. He knew Jarek would be here, drawn to the hallowed ground like a moth to a flame. The thought of facing his brother, the brother he had once loved more than life itself, filled him with a sorrow so profound it threatened to consume him. As Mikolaj reached the center of the graveyard, a sudden movement caught his eye. Emerging from the shadows, Jarek materialized, his eyes glowing with an unholy light. Mikolaj's breath caught in his throat as he took in the twisted, monstrous features of his twin, the sharp fangs, the sunken pale skin, the ravenous hunger that burned in his gaze. Jarek Mikolaj breathed, his voice barely above a whisper. "It's been a long time." Jarek's lips curled into a cruel smile, his voice a haunting, fragmented echo of the brother Mikolaj once knew. "Mikolaj, I've been waiting for you." He took a step forward, the gravel crunching beneath his feet. "Have you come to join me in the darkness?" Mikolaj steeled himself, his grip tightening on the stake. "No, Jarek, I've come to stop you, to save the village from your madness." Jarek let out a chilling laugh. "Save them? They betrayed us, Mikolaj. They let our parents poison me, let them condemn me to this cursed existence." His expression darkened, his eyes narrowing. "And you, dear brother, you let them do it. You should have stopped them." "I was a child, Jarek," his voice laced with sorrow. "I was powerless to stop what happened. But I won't let you continue this reign of terror. I won't let you hurt anyone else." Jarek's features contorted with rage. "Then you will die with them," he snarled, lunging forward with superhuman speed. Mikolaj barely had time to react, but years of training had honed his reflexes. He dodged Jarek's attack, the stake in his hand poised to strike. But as he turned to face his brother, he hesitated, the weight of their shared history holding him back. Jarek seized the opportunity, his clawed hand reaching out to grasp Mikolaj's throat. "You always were the weak one, Mikolaj," he hissed, his grip tightening. "Now you will join me in the darkness." Mikolaj struggled against his brother's vice-like hold, his lungs burning for air. He could see the madness, the hunger, the utter loss of humanity in Jarek's eyes. This was no longer his brother, but a twisted, vengeful creature driven by an insatiable thirst for blood. With a surge of desperate strength, Mikolaj brought the stake up, driving it into Jarek's side. The wupji let out a howl of pain, his grip loosening just enough for Mikolaj to break free. Coughing and gasping for breath, Mikolaj stumbled back, his eyes never leaving Jarek's form. The wupji clutched at the stake, his features contorted in agony. But then, to Mikolaj's horror, Jarek grasped the stake and yanked it out, tossing it aside with a snarl. "Foolish boy." Jarek growled, his voice laced with a primal fury. "You cannot kill me so easily." Mikolaj's heart sank as he realized the true extent of his brother's transformation. The wupji were notoriously difficult to destroy, their supernatural resilience a testament to the dark powers that had corrupted them. "Then I will keep trying, Jarek," Mikolaj said, his voice steady despite the fear that gripped him. "I will not give up on you, not until I've exhausted every option." Jarek let out a chilling laugh. "You still cling to the hope that I can be saved? How naive you are, brother." He took a step forward, his movements fluid and predatory. "The Jarek you knew is gone. All that remains is the wupji, the creature of the night, hungry for blood and vengeance." Mikolaj felt a lump in his throat, his eyes burning with unshed tears. "I don't believe that, Jarek. I know there is still a part of you that remembers who you are, who we were." "Then you are a fool." Jarek spat, his features twisting in contempt. That part of me died long ago, buried beneath the weight of our parents' sins and the village's betrayal. He bared his fangs, his eyes gleaming with malice. And now, it is time for you to join me in the darkness. Jarek lunged forward again, his movements a blur. Mikolaj barely had time to react, but he managed to dodge the attack, his dagger slicing through the air. The silver blade caught Jarek's arm, eliciting a hiss of pain from the wupji. Jarek stumbled back, his eyes narrowing as he regarded his brother. "You've grown stronger, Mikolaj, but it won't be enough to save you." The brothers circled each other, the tension thick in the air. Mikolaj knew he couldn't keep up this dance forever. Jarek's supernatural strength and speed were a formidable challenge, and Mikolaj's heart ached at the thought of having to truly fight his own flesh and blood. As they continued their deadly dance, Mikolaj caught a glimpse of something in Jarek's eyes, a flicker of the brother he once knew. It was a fleeting moment, but it was enough to give Mikolaj hope. "Jarek, please," Mikolaj pleaded, his voice barely above a whisper. "I don't want to hurt you. Let me help you." Jarek paused, his features twisting in a mixture of rage and something akin to anguish. "Help me," he spat. "You can't help me, Mikolaj. No one can." Mikolaj took a step forward, his hand outstretched. "I can try, Jarek. I won't give up on you, not like the others did." For a moment, Jarek's expression softened, a glimmer of the boy Mikolaj had grown up with shining through the darkness. But then, the wupji's features hardened once more, and he let out a guttural snarl. "It's too late, Mikolaj." Jarek growled, his eyes burning with a primal hunger. "The darkness has consumed me, and I will not be denied my vengeance." With that, Jarek lunged forward, his claws slashing through the air. Mikolaj tried to dodge, but the wupji's speed was too much, and he felt the sharp talons rake across his chest, tearing through his clothing and skin. Mikolaj cried out in pain, stumbling backward as blood began to seep through the gashes in his flesh. Jarek towered over him, his eyes gleaming with triumph. "This is the end, brother," Jarek hissed, his fangs bared in a twisted grin. Mikolaj braced himself for the final blow, his heart racing. But as Jarek moved to strike, a sudden movement in the shadows caught his attention. A figure emerged, clad in the robes of a priest, as Mikolaj's eyes widened in recognition. Father Tomasz. He breathed, his voice tinged with both relief and trepidation. The priest stepped forward, his gaze fixed on Jarek, his expression grave. "Enough, wupji," he said, his voice firm and commanding. "Your reign of terror ends here." Jarek let out a hiss of frustration, his attention momentarily diverted from Mikolaj. The young hunter seized the opportunity, scrambling to his feet and reaching for his discarded stake. The confrontation at the graveyard had reached a critical juncture, with Mikolaj and Father Tomasz now facing the monstrous Jarek. The fate of Wilno and the brothers' own tragic history hung in the balance.